Hello, yogis. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at the different types of yoga that are offered at Yogi Institute. And the intention behind looking at these different types of yoga is so that we, through this journey, can use this practice to support us. So there are hundreds of videos in the training portal, and these different videos will connect with you in different ways. And I want you to really gain a deep understanding of the intention of the different types of yoga that are offered at Yogi Institute. So on Monday, we start with our Vinyasa flow practice. And Vinyasa is a practice that is breath to movement. The intention of Vinyasa is mobility, stability, flexibility, and connection. So we move our bodies through our Vinyasa flow practice, and we move energy through our bodies. This awakens the body. This brings awareness into the body. This helps us to tap into the language of the body, which is sensation. And this connects us to the breath, which connects us to the present moment. So if you are feeling lethargic, low energy, uninspired, disconnected, if you're feeling stiff, if you're feeling like you are emotional and you have emotions that you want to release and process, if you are wanting a physical practice that's going to build strength and stability, Vinyasa is perfect for you. And maybe we are in the Vinyasa training right now. And so you will learn the foundational postures of a Vinyasa practice. And you will be able to embody this practice and feel what it's meant to feel like in each posture, and then incorporate in the breath to movement. And that incorporates in the presence. So that is our Vinyasa practice. So you now know when you might want to put on a Vinyasa class. The second is our Kundalini practice, and it is called Awaken. And Kundalini is referred to as the yoga of awareness. Kundalini is meant to awaken us to our inner awareness. This is physical awareness, thought awareness, emotional awareness, and spiritual awareness. And to me, Kundalini is great for shifting our emotional self, for observing thought patterns in our mind. And yes, it does strengthen our physical body. It does open our physical body. It does get energy moving in our physical body. But to me, it's more about the reflection, because in Kundalini, we do a movement for 1 to 3 minutes. Then we take a pause and we observe the body, the mind, the emotions, the spirit. Then we do another movement. Then we pause and we observe the body, mind, emotions, and spirit. Then we do another pose. We also incorporate meditation. We incorporate mudra. We incorporate mantra. We incorporate chanting. To me, Kundalini is the most spiritual form of yoga practice that we do here at Yogi Institute. And so if you are feeling disconnected from your highest self, disconnected from God, disconnected from the universe, do a Kundalini practice. If you are feeling like life is chaotic and you really need to tune in and tap into that inner resource, to that inner guidance, do a Kundalini practice. If you are feeling like you need more gentle movement in the body, or breath awareness, or connection to the present moment, do a Kundalini practice. If you are on a transformational journey, let Kundalini support you on this journey. The beautiful thing about Kundalini is that you and I may be doing the exact same movement in our bodies, but we are having a completely different internal experience. And it allows for you to have your own unique internal experience. It awakens you to whatever it is that you need to be awakened to. We shift into our restorative practice. So, restorative connect practice. And our restorative practice is meant to cultivate relaxation. So if you've done a week of vinyasa practices and you're feeling like your body is sore, you're feeling like your body is stiff, you're feeling like your muscles are really tense, do a restorative yoga practice. In restorative yoga, we are still, we do different postures, and we use props to support the body in the postures so that we can fully relax into the postures. So in our restorative practice, we're connecting to the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest nervous system. The only time the body can repair and recover is at rest. So if you're feeling really sore in your body, do a restorative practice. If you're feeling really busy in your life, get some stillness, do a restorative practice. If you've been injured, if you're in a recovery from a surgery, restorative practice. Let the props support you. Let yourself feel supported and give yourself the gift of relaxation. If you're looking, now we're shifting into our strength, our power class. Now in our power class, we use hand weights in our class. Now hand weights add in extra resistance and extra load into our body to help build our muscles, to help build a strong body. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, yeah, right, I'm never going to be able to do that. I promise that once you get solid in the basic foundational postures of yoga, it will be no problem for you to add in weights in your hand. And also with a strength class, know that you can do the movements without the weights as well. And the weights don't have to be big weights. I use either a 3 or a 5 pound weight, but you could also use bottles of water. You could use cans of beans, anything that has the same weight and it increases the load in the body is going to help build your muscles. And something to remember is that as we age, our muscles naturally atrophy. So if you're older and you're thinking to yourself, I would never be able to add weights into my yoga practice, I want you to know how important this practice is. It's great for weight loss. It's great for toning your body. It is great for physical strength. It's also great if you're feeling lethargic, if you're feeling low energy. It works up a sweat. It gets your body moving so that you have more energy to take on your day, to take on the tasks. So it's a great practice to build a stronger body. So if you are looking for that strength component, you want some extra, you want more movement, you want more toning of your muscles, bring strength into your practice. Choose a strength practice. And then we have our yin practice. So I call yin empower because through stillness, we are empowered to understand ourselves better. Because in stillness, we tap more deeply into what's going on in our brains, in our minds, in our thoughts. And when we tap into what's going on in our head, we are empowered to choose our reactions. So in our yin practice, we come into a still posture. We come into stillness. We feel an edge. So we don't take our postures to the fullest expression of stretch. We bring it to an edge of stress. According to the yin philosophy, stressed tissues are healthy tissues. So we're actually connecting to the deeper connective tissue in the body, our joints, our ligaments, our connective tissue. And that part of our body needs stress, not stretch. It needs compression and heat, not stretch. So there's a difference. So we come into a pose, we feel our edge, not to the fullest expression, and we stop and we embrace stillness and we breathe and we observe. And sometimes in that stillness, the body releases and it invites us to come deeper into the pose. And we can take that invitation over time. We can lean into that invitation, but we don't want to take it to the fullest expression right off the bat. Healthy tissues are stressed tissues. When we think about our fascia, so if you think about your muscle, what helps your muscle is kneading into the muscle. When we think about our connective tissue, what helps our connective tissue is compression and heat. That's what helps to release the connective tissue. And sometimes when we feel tightness in our body, it's actually tightness in the connective tissues, not in the muscle itself. And so kneading the connective tissue is not as effective as compression in the connective tissue. So that is our yin practice. We come into a pose, we come into stillness, we're there for a period of time, we observe during that period of time, and then we release that pose and we come into another pose. And in that release, we do organic movement that our body's asking for, where we're really leaning into saying yes to what our body needs. There is one more class that's offered, and it's a fusion class. And in the fusion class, we take all 5 types of yoga and we put it in one class together. So usually in the fusion class, I start with a yin practice for 5 minutes, because yin is meant to do cold. Because once the body is warmed up, there is not as much healthy stress on the body. So the first of the 5 practices is our yin. Then we move into our Kundalini practice for more warm up. Then we move into our Vinyasa practice for that movement and mobility. Then we add in strength components to build our muscles. Then we come into our restorative practice for our cool down. And then we close out with Shavasana. And what this fusion class does is it helps us to experience all of the styles consecutively, so that we can more deeply understand the contrast between these different styles of yoga. And that helps us to deepen our understanding when we're in our practice and when choosing the type of yoga that we need at that time. So just to recap, Vinyasa practice, do this practice if you need energy. Do this practice if you need more mobility in the body, if you're feeling stiff. Do this practice if you want movement, fluidity. Kundalini, do this if you're looking for transformation or looking to release emotions. Restorative, if you're looking to relax and soothe your body and your nervous system. Strength, if you're looking to build strength in the body, if you're looking to tone your muscles, and if you're looking to bring energy in. And then yin, if you're looking for that stillness, if you're looking for more internal connection and internal reflection, while putting stress into the body. That stress can bring clarity. So I hope this brings clarity into the different styles, and it empowers you to choose the type of yoga that you need as you move forward through this training. Regardless of what training you're in, Know that you can do any of these styles of yoga to support your journey. It's more about developing and understanding your own inner teacher, your own inner guide, than do vinyasa for 60 classes, or do strength for 25 classes, or do yin for 10 classes. It's more about tuning in and tapping into that own inner wisdom and understanding how yoga can be a tool for your health and your wellness, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. That wraps up this video, and I will see you in the next.